Hey everybody, Ken Selville here today having a look at some canna lilies. Now I know a lot of us love the beautiful canna lilies through the summertime, and we often wonder what to do with them in the wintertime. And I've often said before that in the springtime is when I like to divide them and break them into smaller pieces. And at that time I always like to take some big chunks to put in the ground or to put in my planters, that sort of thing, you know, about this size, maybe about 10-12 inches in diameter, so I can get instant effect. But I also take off some small pieces and throw them into smaller pots, like a little 1-gallon pot or maybe a 2 or 3-gallon pot. So I did that here, and these are like a 3-gallon pot, so they're somewhere in between. And these ones have been growing in these pots for at least a good year. And so what the plan is, those plants, you know, I've enjoyed those ones all season, but these are the ones that I'm actually going to overwinter. So once I get them to this stage, I actually dry them right out, and the plants won't dry out properly unless the leaves are attached. So I let them dry in these containers with the foliage on, and you can see them starting to go brown and they're starting to wilt a little bit, and they're very dry at the root right now. So that's what I want. That means it's ready to cut them back and ready to put into storage. So this is an easy thing to do. People often say, well, what do I do with my cannas? How am I going to protect them for the winter and all that? Well, all you do is take the pot and throw it into your storage area. Just got to keep it from freezing. That's the key, right? So all we do at this point then is we just go in and chop off all these pieces that are above the pot. We want to take off basically every piece of root we can, like so. And all the dead leaves and debris, and there might be some insects on these guys, who knows, but we're cutting them all off. So then we get down to this point here, and you can see all the beautiful roots in here. Just amazing. Like, look at that. Look at the beautiful big rhizomes in here. And these guys are all set up and ready to go for next year. So again, all I do is pull off the dead stuff now, and I can see just by looking in here that the soil is pretty much bone dry, which is what you want. So when it comes to canna lilies, they have to be bone dry for the winter storage, and winter storage should be just cool. It can be low room temperature, so around maybe, like ideally about between 50 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So that'd be about 10 to maybe 15 degrees Celsius. That would be just ideal for winter storage. But the key is they have to be dry. So I'm doing this now. We're about around the 15th of October right now, so it's good timing. Get these guys shut down and put them into storage so we're good to go for next spring. So tune in the springtime, and I'll bring them out a little bit early, sometime around the end of March, and I'll get them started, get them growing indoors, so I can plant them out around the end of May, and we're good to go for another year. Thanks for tuning in to Grower Coach. Remember to subscribe if you haven't yet. Thanks very much.